today just to go through my titanium cook kit I took on a recent 8-day trip. I've had a lot of questions about it from friends and just a few other acquaintances online, so I figured I'd shoot a video. Maybe it would give others ideas or whatnot. I'll give you the total weight without fuel and then I'll go through the kit, the complete kit. And I'll throw my long titanium spoon on there since that technically should be included. So my total weight for this kit is 13.5 ounces, and I'll switch it to grams for there we go. That. And then grams is 383 grams for the total kit. So with that aside, start out, I have my long spoon, basically for my dehydrated meals. I take and I repackage them so that I make sure I have 2 servings, especially when I'm doing longer hikes. I'll repackage them using my food saver bags, and they end up a little longer and smaller, almost like a tube. And that way I can just snip the end, pour the water in, and they're not falling all over and whatnot, and they'll stay more upright. And then this spoon works great to get down in there. This one's made of titanium. I got it off Amazon. It says Kuvik. That's the name of it. I paid like $10. And then my cook kit. This is a Dyneema bag from Self-Reliance Outfitters. Pretty lightweight, worked great, no issues there. And you can see any night we could have fires, I just boiled my water and cooked right on the fire instead of using my fuel. But this is the 1100 millimeter pot, and it has a lid. I like this one because it's got the bail, so you can hang your pot for cooking over the fire. But then it's also got the nice handles, and the lid does have a strainer. So there's that. And then inside that, I do have this Toaks windscreen, which I ended up not using. So I may get rid of that, because honestly there was one day I used my seat pad to just block the wind, and that works just fine, and I didn't have to deal with this. So I may get rid of this, and that'll just make my kit that much lighter. And then there's this 650 milliliter pot in there, which is awesome. So you have your pot. I boil enough water in here for my dehydrated meals and for a cup of coffee, hot chocolate, tea, whatever. And this has a lid as well, which is nice for keeping, especially on windy days, keeps all the debris out, helps keep the heat in if it's a colder day. And then inside that, I keep a spare lighter. I always have a lighter in my pocket, but I keep a spare lighter in here. I could put a mini Bic lighter in there, but I don't know, for the weight of it, I just keep the larger lighter. And then this is my backup folding titanium spoon. It works. I just don't bother, using it if I have the longer one. Basically, it's just a backup, and it's light, so it's not, it's not a worry. And then I have my BRS titanium, small stove that hooks on the fuel canister, and I'm sure everybody's aware of this stove. There's a lot of other companies making that. It's the exact same stove, just with their name on it, and it worked perfectly. Never had an issue. I actually only had an issue with this fuel canister. I normally get like an MSR. There's a few other more well-known brands, but I grabbed this one from Walmart, and the lip up here is a little higher, so it was harder to get the stove to seat completely. I had to really ream it on there, but I mean, it worked. But I would definitely just go back to using a higher end fuel canister. But anyway, that's my cook kit. I have this light load towel. As you can see, it's still dirty from the previous trip. It weighs like nothing. I use it to wipe out my pots, clean them, make sure they're dry every night. And if we have a campfire, once the pots are clean, I'll lay them over next to the fire upside down so the heat just dries them out. And then I put them away, dry. I make sure I try to put everything away dry. And as you can see, it all just slides in there ridiculously easy and light. I normally would keep the light load towel in between these just to keep them, from jiggling around. But with that in there, it didn't really bother do that. But I had to start keeping it up here because of the condensation. This was starting to leave rust marks. You can probably see it on the lid. So I started putting the light load towel in between there so that this would sit and not leave rust marks. Something I do like too, I'll bring it up close so you can see, is these little, I don't know if you can see it, these lock in so it won't flip. So you can lock it in and take your lid off while it's cooking and see very easily. And then you just knock it over and it lays down, which is awesome. And you can buy the kit. It's the 1100 milliliter and the 650 milliliter come as a kit on Amazon. And the name of the company is Homful. It's Homful. I'll leave a link down in the description box to the Amazon page, so you can check it out if you're interested. I love it. The kit worked awesome. It's light. I have no complaints. It worked great over a fire. It works great over the fuel canister. No issues whatsoever. And the BRS stove you can get as well on Amazon. I'll link to that. And then you can get, Tokes makes a spoon, titanium spoon, Sea to Summit. There's this one. I'll link to a couple in the description box so you can get them. And then this bag you'll have to go to Self-Reliance Outfitters to get. The only thing I will say is, I'll see how it holds up over time. As far as Dyneema goes, this is like a real lightweight Dyneema, whereas like my Z-Packs bags are a heavier weight. It works right now, but I'll just be interested to see how it holds up over time. We'll see. Anyway, that's a rundown of my cook kit. I'll show you, just throw it back in the bag. It fits perfect in the bag, no issues. Even I can throw the light load towel back in there. And I just got back recently from this trip, so I need to take everything and clean it and wash it and put it away. But with the fuel canister and the cook kit and everything, it seals up nice, and I'm able to throw it in my food bag at night and hang it. The spoon I just keep separate because I'll use it for eating meals during the day. I usually during the day I'll take like a couple food bars, granola bars, and like one of those packets, like a tuna or a chicken or like a pulled pork packet, and that way I can just eat out of that, and that all fit. My lunch with my snacks all fits in my Z-Packs bag there, and then I'll just stop and eat that, and that way I'm not having to get into my pack, get into my bear bag. Just keeping this separate from my cook kit works out great for me. May not be for everybody, but it works for me. And again, you can't beat that. The kit is ridiculously light, in my opinion, and works perfect. Again, I'm able to cook, boil enough water for a coffee in the morning and tea or coffee at night, and my dehydrated meals or whatever else I'm cooking. There's plenty of room, which it worked out awesome. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, checking it out. Feel free to click the link, and I highly recommend them. Works great for me. They may work great for you, especially if you're looking for some titanium cook kit. You can't beat the price. I think It's like either somewhere around $45, $55 for the set, and for titanium, that's ridiculously cheap. At the time, I had a 20% coupon, so I got it even cheaper. But you know, even at full price, it's cheaper than any of the other titanium I've found, and it fulfills every need, at least that I needed for this trip and most backpacking trips. So check it out if you like, and let me know if you have any other questions. Leave a comment down in the comment section and let me know what you think, and if you have any other recommendations. Thanks. Have a good one.